So good morning, welcome to day 5 of your daily wellness. So today we're doing tree pose, which is one of my favourite nice little balances, really nice for grounding, and you don't need all the stuff that we often use for doing this kind of pose. Apologies in advance for the odd socks. Marcus is still in bed and I was trying to find some socks in the dark. So yeah, you're lucky I'm still not wearing my pyjamas, to be honest. So let's begin today's practice by settling in. Freya says hello, she's joining us today. So take a moment to just take a few breaths. Every exhale, just feel a bit of the tension draining away. Become aware of the sensation of your feet connecting with the ground. Maybe take a little rock forwards and backwards, maybe side to side, maybe circles, I don't know, get funky with it, whatever you want to do. So take a little bit of movement. Take your feet to maybe hip distance, maybe a little wider or a bit narrower if that's what you prefer. And then start to find stillness, start to find that middle point. So we're not in the toes, we're not all in the heels, we're somewhere in the middle. Pressing with the ball of the big toe, the ball of the small toe, the inside and the outside of the heel. Imagine that you're trying to lift from your arches, and you'll notice that you feel your calves kind of activate as you do this. Pick the toes up, spread them out and place them back down, feeling the shins activate a little. Good. Imagine lifting through the kneecaps, so the quads should get squeezed a bit here. And then as you scoop the tailbone under, you're going to feel both a bit of activation through the abdominals and also through the glutes and through the back of the upper legs. Good. Allow the belly to move with your breath. Tuck the lower ribs in and then shoulder roll to open the chest. Reach the fingers down, lengthen up through the back of the neck, find a bit of length. Each inhale, feel the lift. Each exhale, feel that grounding, that drawing down into the floor. You can keep your eyes open and just relax your gaze, or you can close them completely. Imagine with every inhale you're unfurling towards the rising sun, or full sun, whatever time you're doing this. And with every exhale, we're grounding down. We have roots coming out of your feet, anchoring you down into the floor, stable and solid. Take a few more breaths, feel that lift and lengthen and that grounding. So whole body, remember, lifting from the arches, knees, tailbone goes down, front of the hips come up, lower ribs go down slightly, upper back comes up and back as we open chest, neck is long. Taking a few breaths, becoming aware of every part of your body, from the toes, the soles of the feet, all the way up through the legs, your core, the shoulders, arms and hands, neck, head, and even your face. If you're feeling tension in your face, have a little gurn, have a little kind of like a wiggle with your face, and then just let it go, maybe just lifting the corners of the mouth in a smile. Visualize yourself as that tree, strong, stable. We may sway, but we're grounded firmly down and we're growing tall. Good. And then with eyes still closed or open, it's up to you. Don't look down at your feet if they're open, just step the feet a little wider apart. So not super wide, maybe a bit more than shoulders. I literally just looked at my feet even though I told you not to do that. Okay. From there, turn the toes out just a tiny bit, maybe just a centimetre or a couple of centimetres, and we're going to start to send the hips back as if we're coming into a squat. We're going to bring the hands forwards and out slightly. Weight is in the heels, you can lift the toes and wiggle them. Now you can open the eyes if you get wobbly, like I just did, or you can just relax the gaze, or you can really keep them closed and focus on connecting with that, the balance, the core. Squatting down nice and deep, and then bring it up. Good. One more as you inhale. Lengthen as you exhale, squat. Slow, reaching the arms out, weight in the heels. Take it down as far as your hips will allow with a nice straight spine. Inhale here. Exhale up. Good. Bringing the feet maybe a little bit closer. Send the hips over to one side like when we do on mobility, one way and the other way. Send them out one way and the other. One more on each side. Good, so we're really working on every move that we do, being aware of your feet almost sticking to the floor. Whatever the rest of your body is doing, we're not relaxing any of the feet. We're kind of active in every toe, every part of the foot. And also through the core, being aware of this stacking of the body, this grounding, this balance. And then we're slowly working on opening through the hips. So we're ready for our tree pose. So from here, we're going to do a few hip circles. So we're going to take it to the side, bring it forward, scoop your tailbone under, around to the other side, and then really arch your back, really stick your butt out, stick your tailbone out. Good, one more time in that direction. And the same the other way for 2 rounds. Nice and slow, nice and purposeful. Feel the weight move through the feet. Bring it back up. Good, stand tall. Hands can be released or on your waist, it's up to you. Breathe, feel that grounding, your feet sticking to the floor. Good. From here, we're going to come forwards into a forward fold. Good. Once you get there, fingertips are going to come to the floor. You can lift your heels. We're going to come down into a little squat and into a seat. Not going to be on the floor for long, so I won't worry too much about your mat. Take the feet a little wider. We're going to roll them to one side. Good. Bring them in. Realign if you need to. Roll them to the other side. Bring them in. Again. Roll them to the first side. This time we're actually going to come up onto the knees, push through the hips, opening up through this left hip on my case, whichever side you're doing, opening up through here. Really scoop the tailbone under, open the chest, feel that grounding through the side of the foot, the top of the other foot, the shins, the knees. Hands on hips, scoop the tailbone for 3, 2, 1. If you can, keep your hands on your hips. Slowly bring it down, slow as you can, slow, 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 until you sit. Changing to the other side, bringing it into the hip roll, and then take it all the way up. Good. Scoop the tailbone under, opening up through this hip, that tailbone in particular, squeeze it under, or that side of your lower back. Hands on the hips or out to the sides, whatever suits you. Ground down through the feet, press into the floor, lengthen up. Good. And now slow, 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 slow. Send the butt back, bring it down, feel the legs activate, grounding down until you connect with the floor. Good. From there, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to roll out. Maybe we give them just a little bit of movement. Now we're not bouncing at full stretch to try and push it. Just allowing the hips to kind of warm up, to be a little bit mobile. Good. And then pressing the feet firmly together. Hold on to ankles or feet, wherever suits you. And take a bit of length through the spine. Eyes can be open or closed. If you have the space, take the elbows left to right as we start to bring chest forward, but don't hunch over. Keep the shoulders back and down, keep the length. Good, release it off, place the feet a bit wider than shoulder distance, allow the knees to roll in. maybe even let them just roll a little bit further one side and the other. We're not coming all the way to the floor, just releasing a bit of tension. Okay, if you've got socks on, now's the time to take them off, make it a bit easier. We're going to bring it back up to standing, however suits you. Yeah, now if you feel wobbly when we're up here, you can use something to hold on to, obviously, or you can use a bit of furniture. So if you've got your foot on the calf, you can actually position yourself so you can use the furniture to help you lean in if you want to work on the hip opening rather than the balance today. So no shame in using the things around you to give you a hand if that's where you're at. So bring the feet into the midline, so bring them together, heels may be apart just a little bit. Find that grounding like we did at the beginning, pressing into all the toes, all the toe pads, inside, outside of the foot, all the way around the heel, lengthening up. Bring your weight into your left foot and just bring the right knee up. Hold, one-legged Tadasana, hands at the sides. Find your core, feel the roots grounding down. Don't let the hip pop out to the side. Keep it all locked in and lengthened up. Good, open the hip out as far as works for you. Bring it in, take it down. Same with the other leg, take the weight into the right leg, abs are drawn in. We lift up, one-legged Tadasana. Hold, lengthen up. Feel the roots grounding you down as you grow tall. Open out. Bring it in. Take it down. Take a little lift up into the toes and back down. Weight back in the left leg. Move across a bit so I'm not in the way of the furniture. Okay, lifting up the right knee. Take a hold, squeeze in, lengthen up, spine long, chest open, foot flexed. Good. Take a hold with the opposite hand, reach the other arm around for a little twist, just making sure the chest is open, the spine is long. Then we bring the arm in, swap hands on the knee, and we open the knee out, take the other arm to the side. How far you go is up to you. Bring it in. One-legged Tadasana, reach the arms up, shoulders back and down for 3, 2, 1. Take it down, release it up. Take that little lift up through the heels onto the toes. Same on the other side, abdominals in. Lifting up. Take a hold. Long spine, gently pull the knee in, but keep the chest open and the spine long, foot is flexed. So opposite hand staying on the knee, same side, reach it around into your twist. Bring it back in, swap hands. Pull the knee out to the side as we take the opposite arm out. Just as far as works for you. Don't worry if you keep falling out of it, no shame. Come back in as and when you're ready. Bring it in. Take both arms up. And release it down. Take that little lift and lower, have a little hip wiggle. Okay, so our triangle pose. Grounding down, roots into the floor, lengthening up tall. Weight into your left leg. Right leg, so we're going to open the knee, keep the toes on the floor, heel on the ankle. Focus on pressing into that grounded foot, into all the toes, opening out through the knee, scoop the tailbone under. Next level, now you can keep it here if you want to. Next level, take it up to the shin. Again, you can use a bit of furniture to lean on if you want to. Next level, if you can get here without putting pressure on the knee, is to bring it all the way up to your thigh. Now pressing firmly, if you're at the thigh, foot into thigh, and thigh back into foot. Scoop the tailbone under, open up through the hip. Hands either at the heart, chest open, elbows wide. Finger and thumb together in a mudra as we reach it out. We can reach up to the sky, or we can do prayer pose above the head, elbows wide. Your choice. I'm going to take the mudra for this one. Hold. If you come out, don't worry. Bring yourself back in when you can. Relax your gaze. Shoulders come together, tailbone scoops, opening up through the right hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly. Use the hand to bring the knee around. Place it down. Take that little wiggle. Okay, other side. Bringing the weight into the right leg, lengthen up, lifting up, opening up through the left hip. Heel on the right ankle, really trying to open here, push the tailbone under. If this is where you're at, you can keep it here. No shame in that. We're still getting a hip opener, you're still getting a degree of balance. If you're ready for the next level, bring it up to the calf. And if you can bring it up to the thigh without putting pressure on the knee, bring it up. Pressing foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Lengthen up, open up through the hip. Again, hands heart. Mudra above the head. Prayer pose. You can even bring them to your waist, wherever works for you. I'm going to go 4 hands at the heart this time. Shoulders back and down, lengthen up tall, ground down like the tree, grow to the sky, strong. You may wobble, but we don't break. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, use your hand to support as we bring the leg back around and take a little wiggle. Good. From here, we're just going to close up the hip a little bit. Take your right leg in front of the left. So from the side, we're just crossing the leg over, hands on the hips. Take a little bend in the knees as much as you need as we forward fold. And hands can stay on the hips or they can come down to the floor if that's where we're at. You can bend the legs as much as you need or start to straighten out. Just make sure we're not pressing back into this knee. So keep it nice and soft. Let your head hang loose. Give your tail a little wiggle. Press firmly into the feet, ground down as you bring it up. Same on the other side, step the foot across. Bend the knees as much as you need, hands on hips to come down. Once you're there, they can stay there or they can come to the floor. Knees can bend as much as you want, let the head release over. Take a little wiggle of the tail. Ground down through the feet, roll it up. Good. So we're going to end where we began in our Tadasana, taking a few moments to really feel that solidness. Feet can be together with the heels apart or hip distance or wider if you want to. Feel that firm grounding. If you can, close your eyes or at least a kind of squint, close them partially, relax your vision. Feel the length, visualize the tree. Become aware of that grounding through all of your toes, through the balls of your feet, all the way around the arch, around the soles of your feet. Feel that strong connection to the floor. Feeling the lift through the arches, through the lower legs. Gentle lift through the knees, through the thighs. And as you ground down through the tailbone, we've got that lift through the front of the pelvis. Collarbones lift up, lower ribs tuck in. Shoulder blades squeezing back and down. Become aware of the length through your torso and legs. As the shoulder blades come down, the arms lengthen down. Feel that growing, that stretching all the way down through the arms, through the hands, out through the fingers and thumbs. As the shoulders come down, feel that space created between ear and shoulder, the length of your neck improving. Spine is stacked, chin is tucked slightly. Lift in the corners of the mouth, then a little smile, relax your brow. And breathe nice and deep. Just connect with the sensation of your breath, the rhythm of your breath. Just the natural rhythm of your breathing. The sensation in your body, that strength in your body. Not just the power to force into things and to lift things, but that internal power to find your center, to find your core, to find your peace, and to hold strong when you're having a bit of a wobble, physically or mentally. Take in one more round of breath. So thank you for joining me. We'll pick our card for tomorrow. See what we've got coming. Okay. Oh, tomorrow we have another hip opener. So tomorrow we have butterfly pose. So we did a little bit of that today as a precursor for our tree pose. So that will be nice. So yeah, tomorrow we have butterfly. If you want to, you can use a strap to help you in your butterfly, but you don't need to. Other than that, just a mat. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. And I'll see you again tomorrow for your next dose of Daily Wellness.